God can be known by the judgment for the things that he does to his people. So you know, people be like, man, how you know God real? Watch his judgment. Here's the flip side of the same contract, of the covenant. So the covenant is a contract, just like a covenant of marriage. A contract that you really signing with your wife, right? Same thing. That curses is going to come upon his people if they broke the commandments, if they didn't keep their covenant, right? But if they did, he's going to bless them and put them above all nations of the earth. And if they broke it, you're going to see the judgment on these people because the Lord is known by the judgment that he executes, right? The Bible actually got that history that happened to us is inside there. But I'm gonna tell you something. The Bible is about a people. You know, remember I asked you that question: who was in the church? Who was in the wilderness with Moses? They got the 10 Commandments. You told me what? The children of Israel.
That's right.
So the Bible is the history of the children of Israel, and it got history and prophecy about them. It's their relationship between them and their God, right? So let me show you something.
Psalm chapter 9, and verse 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed.
So the Lord is known by the judgments that he executes. God can be known by the judgment for the things that he does to his people that he executes, by what he executes. So you know, people will be like, man, how you know God real? Watch his judgments. Now let me show you something. Give me Exodus chapter 24 and verse 3. Exodus 24 and 3. All right, stay with me, Memphis. Stay with me yet. It feels you listen up too. All right.
Exodus chapter 24 and verse 3. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord have said will we do.
So you know, this is right when Moses got the 10 Commandments, right? And he read it to the people. So he said, Moses told the words of the covenant to all the people and the judgments that came along with, look, these commandments. If you do these commandments, he told them one thing. He said, if you break them, you're going to get something else. We're going to read that later, right? But he said, all the people agreed to say they were going to do it, right? Read verse 7.
Verse 7. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord has said will we do and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord had made with you concerning all these words.
Deuteronomy 29 and 1. All right. So I'm bringing y'all up to speed. I'm asking you about your history because we're finna get into the history of the Israelites. By understanding the history of the Israelites, you're going to understand your history. All right, the stuff that they didn't teach you in school yet, that they didn't teach you in school, man. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
So God made a covenant with them. He said the words of the covenant, the same thing that people agreed to do, right? All the words and the judgments, they said we're going to do them. Now he said these are the words. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 1. We're going to show you what Moses just got done reading to the people were the words of the covenant. All right, 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
All right, yeah, I see you daydreaming. What would the Bible just say right there? Yeah, what did they say, bro? What did Moses say? I'm going to read it again for you, Yak, all right? I'm going to read it again. See, this how you be in school, don't it? 17 your attention span gone. Listen, God said, if you hearken diligently, meaning listen, like you need to be doing, listening diligently, like intently, with intention, read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
Do the commandments. If they observe and do all the commandments, what God say he's going to do for them? Read.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So now, he talking to who? You remember the audience? Remember who was he talking to? The children of Israel. He said if they do the commandment, he's going to put them on high above all nations of the earth. The children of Israel. Read. That's if they did the commandments, right? Read.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. All
right. So he said all these type of blessings are going to come upon them. Now, here's the flip side of the same contract, of the covenant. Because a covenant is a contract, just like a covenant of marriage. A contract that you're really signing with your wife, right? Same thing. Here we go. Here's the flip side. Verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Yeah. What do you say? What happened if you don't do the command? You daydreaming again, will it? Nah. What do you say is going to happen to you?
You're going to take control of something.
Nah, see, you daydreaming XC17, bro. I knew it, bro. Come on, son. Come on. Listen.
What club was that at?
Admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
So God said curses was going to come upon his people if they broke the commandments, if they didn't keep their covenant, right? But if they did, he's going to bless them and put them above all nations of the earth. So now, let's see some of these curses. Curses are judgments, just like I said, you go in there and rob this store and the police get behind you, catch you get your time in jail. That's a judgment. We read earlier, the Lord is known by the judgments that he executes. So let's see if the people kept the covenant or if they broke it. If they kept the commandments that God said do, or if they broke it. And if they broke it, you're going to see the judgments on these people. Because the Lord is known by the judgments that he executes, right? Let's see. Verse 45.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
So God said, the curses that are put on you are going to destroy you. They're going to overcome you and destroy you as a people. Read.
Because thou hearkenest not.
What? Because
thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
Read.
And they
meaning the curses,
and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Yeah, what street we on? What you looking for? What you looking for? You looking for the street sign to tell you where you live, right? So God said the curse is going to be on the children of Israel for a sign, an identifying marker. Like I said, you can see God's judgment, and for a wonder,
and upon thy seed forever.
So now let's identify some curses or some judgments that God did to the children of Israel, right? Because they for signs. You're supposed to be able to see them, just like you looking for the sign of Israel, right? All right, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
This is one of the curses. It said the Lord shall scatter the children of Israel among all people. Read.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
So it's a people on earth they're supposed to get, they got scattered all around the earth, from one end of the earth even to the other. And it's a judgment by God.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And when they got to the other lands that they got scattered to, they had to serve different gods,
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even
their fathers, their ancestors, their forefathers didn't know these gods they're going to serve in these other lands. Think about it, it's a people on earth like this. They got scattered all over the earth, and now when they got to the other land, they had to serve a different god. Read.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and idols and stone. Different stuff that was made up. Now, Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. 41. Give me 41.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters.
So now it's going to be another people and shit. They're going to be having kids, sons and daughters.
But thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
But the kids they had were going to end up going into captivity. If the people on earth did this happen, verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So now, there were people on earth. They got scattered all around earth. They had to serve different gods when they got scattered all around earth. And their children were going to go into captivity. Their sons and daughters was given to another people, and they weren't going to have any might to get their kids back from the people that was given to. It's the people on earth that happened to. We're reading about their history right here in the Bible, and their name is what? The children of Israel, all right? Read on.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
Now, it was a nation of, it's going to be a nation of people that these people are going to be doing. They got labor, work they're doing, and all the resources of the land and stuff that they're doing. Somebody else is going to benefit from it, but not them. It's the people on earth that this is a sign and a judgment from God that is a sign on these people. You got to look around on earth and say, what kind of people is this? Now, go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48.
Verse 28. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Now, these people got to serve their enemies in this land that they were scattered, that their children was given to, right? They said they're going to have to serve their enemies.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
The Lord sent against them, that's for judgment, right? Read.
In hunger.
So they got to serve them for hunger. These people ain't going to control the food distribution or nowhere they at, because they in somebody else's land. So they're not going to control the distribution of food. Read.
And in thirst.
Or in water. Read. Not that resource. They're not going to control that resource either. Read.
And in nakedness. And in what?
Hold on. In nakedness, meaning clothing, they're going to have to determine or depend on another nation, the people that they, or their enemies, the people that they in their land, for all of their stuff. And what?
And in what of all things?
In the need of anything, this people, the children of Israel, gonna have to depend on these other people and want of everything. Anything they can think of, they really got to get it from their enemies. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron.
He, meaning who? The enemy that they serving, shall do what?
Shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
All right, yeah, you got a phone? You got a phone on you? It's on you? Pull out your phone. Hit the Google search and look at this picture right here. Hit the Google search, type in Y-O-K-E space of space iron, I-R-O-N, and then hit the images. It says he shall put a yoke of iron. What you say, man? Who that match? You see what I'm saying? Hold on, I'll let you figure it out. This one ain't gonna tell you.
That's right.
What is God? He talking to a people that went through all of this, and that stuff is on them for a sign. Because God is known by the judgment that he executed.
That's right.
Did he not execute that judgment? We seeing who they match up with though. They match up with us. Hold on, it's gonna get even more better.
That's right.
Yeah, what you got? Yeah, what you got? When you hit the images, yoke of iron. What you got? What the images say? Huh? It didn't pop up. Somebody do it. So you got your phone in your pocket. Do this. Hit the Google search. Type in yoke of iron. Y-O-K-E iron. I-R-O-N. Hit the images. So we reading the history book of the children of Israel. Now I asked y'all what the school teach y'all. He said Africa. That's just the whole continent, right? And who is it on? Damn. What Google know about you that you don't know about yourself?
Bring it
out. Work. That's what I told you, man. When they said we had to go, the children of Israel had to serve their enemies and one of all things, education is part of it. So when you go to school and they teach you to just say Africa, but everybody else knows exactly where they come from, think about who's teaching you.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.